Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Aries might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for May 2020. Keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you will find a message for you within that reading. Okay, so with all that said, let's go ahead and calibrate. Sorry. My dog is out here chasing this little butterfly. Okay, it's so cute. Anyway, let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Okay. And ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Aries for the month of April 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Aries for the month of May 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Aries for the month of May 2020? I'm going to do this one more time. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Aries for the month of May 2020? Okay, it's April while I'm recording this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and divide these into three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You'll see the card on the bottom the same time I do. All right, it's the Page of Pentacles. This card is the overall energy for this read. And as we go through this spread, I'm going to show you how this card is going to relate to the other cards that come up in your reading. And the Page of Pentacles talks about receiving that news. It can be from an earth sign. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be a message about money, stability, any of those particular things coming up that might have an influence on you during the month of May. All right, now for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows. The first row is about you, what you're recently been going through, things you've been dealing with, what you have just finished dealing with, and things that are coming towards you, whether it's people, places, opportunities, things like that. The second column is the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, your soulmate, your karmic partner, a divine counterpart. This could be an ex that you still feel those really strong soul ties with and you want to reconcile. This could be somebody you just met, but it's usually, whether you're in a relationship or not, it's about the person that you think of the most when you wake up in the morning, the first person you're thinking of, and the last person you think of when you go to sleep at night. All right. The third column is about obstacles and challenges, fears and anxieties, that type thing. And the fourth column is outcome. Okay, now, Aries, I've just laid out 4 columns, 2 cards in each row for a total of 8 cards. I'm going to do this 2 more times for a grand total of 24 cards. And by the time we get to the end of the reading, after 24 cards, we have a pretty good idea of what May is going to be about. Now, in your column, we have the Judgment card as well as the Fool. Both of these being very major arcana cards. A lot of really strong energy coming in where you have... Okay, so I'll just go like this. All right, the Page of Pentacles that you had at the beginning was about communication, was about that stability, was about you know, having that type of energy. Either you're projecting it out into the world or someone is going to be sending it to you. But the the Judgment card is about making those final decisions. It's about making things, you know, thinking things over. You know, things might have ended. This talks also about resurrection of lovers. Here you can see them coming back. It's like this person or yourself will have an epiphany that they are the one. They are the one that you want to be with. And with the Fool coming in, this tells me that it's like a rebirth. You have the resurrection, you have the rebirth. Whatever may have happened in the past is behind you, and you're going to, jump into this full speed ahead. you know, Love is blind, and just not even consider any of the things that can go wrong. Sometimes that can be a really good thing, can be very refreshing, especially with a fresh start. But with your partner having the Magician as well as the Devil coming up in their card, okay. This tells me that your partner likes to have a lot of fun. This person is somebody who may be into drink or drugs. They could be the cause of codependent relationships with you. The thing about the Devil is, even though you may be tied to this person, even though you may have those soul ties, it's always a choice whether you want to stay there or you're not. And your partner has the decision of whether they want to stay in addiction or those type of manipulative relationships or not. Now, when you're in a relationship with somebody where they are making you feel codependent, your person also has some problems with them, that they are the ones who are doing the manipulating. They can stop at any time. They can be the person who doesn't necessarily, you know, you could end up having all the power, just like in a sub and a dom type relationship. The sub is actually the one that has all the power, where this one may seem as if he is completely and totally in control of the situation, and he enjoys puppeteering you and triggering you and causing all these type different issues with you. There's a little bird that just flew behind me. My door is open, okay, and I'm in the swamp, social distancing. I'm in a swamp. Do y'all hear him up there flapping his little wings? Okay. Outside of New Orleans, in a camper, trying to maintain a little social distancing and staying healthy and staying safe, staying home, that kind of thing. Enjoying camping out and stuff at the same time. So it's really nice. Anyway, so this person, he can manipulate you much like the Magician. This is a person who has so much control over you that they can trick you into giving them a reconciliation or starting over, or making you these promises that, everything's going to be different this time around. They call it future faking. They make you these promises. Like, they can promise you that, you'll get married. They can promise you you'll have that baby. They can promise you that, they're going to build that house, or you guys are going to go on vacation or whatever. These things never happen. It's a manipulative tactic in order to get you back. And so they're kind of smug in this, all right? So be cautious of this person. Now, the Devil represents Capricorn as well, so it can represent some really good things. It can be about, cutting loose and going out and having that fun, much deserved, needed break, throwing caution to the wind. But when you have the Magician along with that, then it's telling me that, yes, they are using their manipulative powers in order to make you do their bidding and control you just a little bit. Now, in your obstacles and challenges, well, we have the Strength card, and we have the Three of Pentacles. And Strength, so far you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th major arcana card. This is a lot of really strong energy coming in. We have a lot of planetary activity going on this month. We have asteroids and all types of things coming towards the earth, and everything. People are going to feel just a little bit chaotic. There's going to be so much going on, but you can also take advantage of that and use it to your to your betterment, I suppose is the word. So draw on yourself. You'd be surprised how much strength you actually have within you when you are made aware of things, of situations, and you already know it. You don't need me to tell you that this person that you're in love with is a liar and a manipulator. Okay, you don't need me to tell you that. I know that you know that. But the thing is, you're going to, once you're made aware of that, then you can use this extra energy that is moving around in the universe right now in order to take control of the situation. and to make these things happen in an order that you're more comfortable with. You want to be and need to be the person that your partner looks up to. You need that person to place you on a pedestal. It's not really happening at this time, and so it's making you feel a little upset and uncomfortable, I would say. But you're holding on to this relationship, as this Four of Pentacles is showing us, and you're holding on to it really tightly. You're not willing to give it up. Sometimes letting go is one of the hardest things that you have to do in life, but you know it's the best thing for you, and you know that it's not always, you can love somebody so much, but when you stay in a relationship where they're constantly belittling you or using you, when basically it boils down to that person's insecurity and they want to bring you down to their level instead of them rising up and meeting you at yours, and the two of you exceeding and excelling past that. So this is your opportunity to, to voice your opinion to your person. If you do decide to stay with them or go along with that resurrection and have that brand new beginning, go into this new start over with them with the knowledge and the strength that you do realize that these things can and most likely will go wrong again, because human nature really just really doesn't change after your personality is formed when you're a kid. A person's moral character basically does not change. If they are a cheater, they're always a cheater. If they're a liar, they're always going to be a liar. And this is where you need to voice your opinion to your partner and tell them that, you're on to them, and you're not, you're going to go ahead maybe and start this relationship over, but you're not going to allow or put up with any of that foolishness in the first time of any type of manipulation that's going on. And they're very good at it. You might not even be aware. You could be totally manipulated from 5 different ways coming at you that you don't even realize that they're doing it until it's too late. Once you figure it out, it's too late. So it's going to be up to you whether you want to go back into this relationship and have that type of energy coming at you. Okay, so we're going to do your next set of 8 cards here, and we have the Ace of Wands as well as the 6 of Cups. Your partner has Justice and the 4 of Swords. Your obstacles and challenges are the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Cups. Okay, and in your outcome, we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's kind of like opposites there. Well, anyway, so with the 6 of Cups, this talks about, you really feel tied to that person. You could, I feel more like this is a false twin. A lot of people don't believe in false twins, but, other people will call them karmic partners or things like that. This basically is the person that you're viewing and hoping because of that strong attraction that you're feeling. But what you don't understand with that devil energy that we had at the beginning of this read, that person has manipulated you into believing that they are all the things that they're portraying themselves to be. They say certain things to you. They get you to confide in them. They use those things. They're very agreeable. They love bomb you. I think that's what narcissists and people like that do. And then they end up giving you using that against you to manipulate and control you. And they use sex. This card relates to sex so much in a love reading, and it's a very strong, passionate type thing. Please don't mistake passionate, good sex. Just because somebody's good in bed does not mean that they are your soulmate or your partner. You have to realize that sometimes people, whatever their agenda is, will tell you these things in order to manipulate you, all right? Now, you have Justice as well as the 4 of Swords. So this person tells me that they have weighed this back. There is something they need from you, whether they're like vampiric type people who feed on your energy, okay, because they're incapable of feeling anything themselves. They have made the decision. They've been without you for a little while. They're thinking about, is it better with them? Is it better without them? I don't have to invest so much. I don't have to invest so much into this relationship. All I have to do is say a few pretty words and, jump in the bed and everything's fine. They have thought about this. They have gone over it. They have made these decisions. They are the master of manipulation. okay? And they're using it to their advantage to take, to take advantage of you. All right, in your obstacles and challenges, fears and anxieties, you're starting to see the red flags here. You're kind of aware of this energy that's going on. Now that you're aware of it, you're going to be looking at it in a different light. And you might be a little hesitant to step forward. There could be possibly third-party situations that you're just now finding out about. Just because you stop seeing somebody for a weekend, a week, a month, or a couple of days, or even 6 months or 9 months or a year, and you decided that you want to get back to that person, when they have other relationships going on during that time, instead of healing from the relationship and growing, a lot of times they don't let go of those relationships when they get back together with their partner. And so you're going to, you're going to have to be cautious, because you've got lots of threes here. Threes you've had show up in your reading. And so this is telling me that this partner has other options, and they may still be entertaining them or talking with them, or you're going to meet them for coffee, or discussing the things that are going on in your relationship with an ex-partner or different people or whatever, just because they enjoy humiliating you, even if it's secretly, and only so that they can turn around and do that to you and let you know later that they did that, so that you feel even more vulnerable and more taken advantage of. So with the Knight of Pentacles, this person still is coming towards you. They're moving slowly so they don't scare you off. They're feeding you just enough to keep you coming. And, at the same time, you're heading straight for it. Just like, when you pass a car wreck or a train wreck and you can't stop looking, you're heading straight into this disaster if you don't, or knowing these things, and your instinct is telling you, don't move forward, okay? You can use this energy to move away from it. And I'll ask, just really move away from the situation as quickly as you can. Now we're going to do your third column here, your third row. And we have the Queen of Swords, hallelujah, and the King of Cups, all right? In your partner's column, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. In your obstacles and challenges, we have the Six of Swords and the Tower. And in your outcome, we have the Two of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay. So this Queen of Swords tells me that, yes, I do see that you will be using this energy, because you might talk to this person, and after you see things are going on, you're going to move away from that relationship. You're deciding that even though, there may be a resurrection, it's trickery. It's not being reborn. It's more like zombie love. It's like they've come back just to terrorize you and eat your brain, basically, like to manipulate you. It's like mind fuckery, so to speak. So you are using this little card, this little Queen of Swords, and you're like, come on, I dare you. Try it, because it's not going to work. I'm ready for you. I see you for what you are. And at the same time, you have this King of Cups energy that's going to be entering your life. This is a new person that is, it can be a water sign. It can be somebody who has a lot of water in their chart. This is someone who is more loving, more affectionate, more sensitive, more nurturing, more caring, and more focused on a loving relationship than somebody who is, using sex and manipulation in order to, whatever it is they do from you, just to see you upset and feed on that energy. And this new person is someone that's going to view you as the Empress. Now, whether you're a male or a female, this can still be about a man. There's no gender in the tarot. We all have divine masculine as well as divine feminine energy within us. And the Empress talks about new growth and new life and that fresh start, okay? It talks about sensuality. It talks about that deep love connection. fertility. It doesn't necessarily have to mean pregnancy. It can be about brand new beginnings. As this Nine of Pentacles is showing us, she's very focused on this little bird here, and her garden is beginning to blossom. And this is, pretty much what they're offering you. Okay, they see you as the person that can come into their life and complete them. I love these two cards together. The Nine of Pentacles is very much like the Empress. This is the person that is like an Empress in training, almost the same characteristics as this Empress here. So this is someone that sees you as you are, sees your potential, sees their future with you, sees that growth with you, and they are wanting to move forward. Now, as you decide to move away from that person from your past, and totally deconstruct that relationship and have nothing else to do with it, the best thing you can do is move away. Just eliminate that person from your life, and you will find that when you do that, you'll have a lot of emotional freedom from that. You will actually feel quite a bit of relief. The person that you're leaving behind, of course, they're going to break your heart because you thought it was something else and you had hoped for something else. You have to go through that period of mourning. A lot of people will use alcohol and drugs and sex and different things like that to get over a relationship. But if you do that, you're not really going to get over it. You're going to have to go through it later and maybe have another unsuccessful relationship or whatever. The best thing to do is recognize the relationship for what it was and move on. Realize that it's not that you weren't good enough for them. It's that the two of you were not right for each other. That, you can finally see the person as someone who was more self-involved, who really was uncaring about your emotions, who was very focused only on themselves and what their needs were. Almost, tragically, where you are, you're feeling these emotions so very strongly for this person, and they're just sitting there entertaining themselves by hurting you and doing that sort of thing to you. So I'm just going to pull maybe two more randomly cards. I've got the Eight of Cups, and again, yes, this is you moving on from that relationship and allowing that beautiful King of Cups energy to enter. And one more, and we have the Two of Swords. So yes, this is something you're going to consider and you're going to think about, and you're going to make that right decision, moving away from the relationship. That full moon, that eclipse, everything is exposed. You know the truth about who they are and what they're doing now, and that's going to enable you to move forward from that situation and to grow past it and allow new things into your life. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to you for everyone who has returned to my channel. Thank you to all the new people that are here. Thank you for all of your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I love you guys. I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys here in another week or so for your mid-monthly. All right. Bye-bye. Love you.